Hey guys, I was reminded again the other day that the hardest pill to swallow is often a pill that you're trying to administer yourself. What happened to remind me of this was last week in my sermon at church, I preached about the parable of the workers in the vineyard, and I talked about how so many people in the world that we live in today have this victim mentality where they just go around like, that's not fair. And they're always talking about how unfairly they're being treated. And they just are always the victim. And so I was preaching to my congregation and telling them how we've got to get out of that mindset. And then lo and behold, what happens 2 days later, we're sitting at the card table or at the dinner table playing cards, actually playing skip-bo golf, and I can't get a good card to save my life. And without even realizing it, I start pouting and I start complaining every time I flip over a card and it's terrible. Oh man, I can't buy a good card. And I'm just going on and on and on for quite a while until all of a sudden, Zach says to me, well, he basically just reminds me of what I talked about in my sermon last Sunday. And I tell you what, it was so embarrassing to realize that I wasn't practicing what I was preaching. And it just reminds me of this. There are people all around you watching how you react to all sorts of different circumstances. And when we think about people that have a victim mentality, we often think about the big things in life. And we don't think about the little things, like how you respond when somebody cuts you off in traffic, or how you act when you're playing a card game with family and friends. And so, guys, I just want to remind you today that people are watching you and people are checking out how you respond to different circumstances. In the way that you respond, if you're a Christian, reflects on Jesus Christ just as much as how it reflects on you. So try to be mindful of that in the future. I know I'm going to. And remember this, guys, God loves you. He's in control and he wants you to have a good day. We'll talk to you soon, everybody.